and happy Sabbath, friends. Now, I want you to do something for me because we're going to need to get a little creative today. I'm going to put on my imagination cap and I want you to do yours too. So grab your cap, make sure you turn it on, click, and I want you to put your imagination cap on with me. Are you ready? I feel like I'm ready to create and think outside of the box. Now, I want you to imagine for a second. Do you see these little people down here? These are going to be our actual people. Yes, they look like little toys, but they are going to be actual people today. So I want you to imagine for a second. Have you ever been to a family gathering before? Yes, I know I have. And when I'm at a family gathering, sometimes they have the adult table, which this is our adult table, and they have a kids table. This is the kids table. Notice how the kids table is all the way here in the corner, whereas the adult table is here in the open. Do you notice anything else about our adults table? When I look at this adults table, I see how nice and spread out all of the people are. They have lots of leg room. They have lots of elbow room. They're laughing and having fun. And then I look at my kids table. Do you see how crowded it is in there? Do you see how small of an area that they have to work with? I'm pretty sure that some of those kids are probably eating their food from their laps. They're probably sitting on the floor. And then I think to myself, that can't be very fair. Now, we're about to celebrate a man who helped to make our world a little bit better. Because when I think about our adult table and our kids table, it makes me think of a problem that we have had in America before, where there used to be this thing called segregation. Do you guys know what segregation is? Well, if you don't, I'm going to tell you. Segregation is when they took two groups of people and separated them. So I want you to imagine with our thinking caps that our adults table is like the white people in the country. The white people were able to sit at their table and they would laugh and have fun and they had all of this room. But then if you turn and you look at our children's table, that's our non-white people. They had a little bit of room to work with. They weren't able to have a lot of fun and they were pretty squished in there, just like at our kids' table. Now, we are getting ready to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. Do you guys know who that is? Yes, well, Martin Luther King Jr., he was a civil rights movement leader, and he helped to end segregation. So he believed that all people were able to come together as one, no matter the color of their skin. Isn't that amazing? I love that concept, and I love Martin Luther King Jr. because he helped to create the world that we see now. It's not just about everybody sitting at one table if they're adults or sitting at a different one if they're children, but we're all able to come together and sit at the tables together. So I want you to think for a second. Let's take some of these kids and let's put them at the adults table, and we can start to spread out the people in our kids table. And notice how our adults table is starting to get a little bit more crowded, but our kids table is starting to have a little bit more room. So let's move a few more of them over there. And they still have a lot of room over there to still spread out and have leg room, and that's okay. Now, when I think about what's happened in America and how we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., it also reminds me of what God has told us. He has told us that we are all the same in his eyes because he has made us in his image. And that is what it's all about. Now, I want you to think for a second. If I look in Galatians 3:28 and 29, it says this: "There is neither Jew nor Gentile, neither slave nor free, nor is there male and female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. If you belong to Christ, then you are Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. How amazing is that? No matter what we look like on the outside, we are the same, all in God's eyes. And we should all be treated fairly because that's the way that He wants us to live. Now, make sure that you're being kind to others and treating everyone fairly, no matter the color of their skin, because in God's eyes, we are all one. All right, now I have an activity for you guys. Do you see these little people here? Well, we're going to make our own people out of pipe cleaners. Now, all you need for this activity is some pipe cleaners that you can get from the Dollar Tree, any color that you want, and adult supervision, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to get together with your families, and I want you all to make your own pipe cleaner people. To start with, take one pipe cleaner, and on the end, like the very tip here, I want you to take it and make a loop. Now, don't make it too big and don't make it too small, because this is going to be your pipe cleaner person's head, okay? And then you can twist the wire around on the edge. But be careful because the end pieces can be pretty sharp. So make sure you have an adult help you with that. Okay? And now you have your own head. Now the second part is going to be kind of tricky, but you're going to go down a little bit, probably about the length of your thumb. And then you're going to make a bend so you can start to make some arms. Okay? And then kind of make arms for that one, and you're going to bend your pipe cleaner like that. And then with the other side, about the same length of that side, bend it again to the middle. All right, and then when you see you're at the middle of your pipe cleaner, of the arms of your body, just kind of fold that piece around and loop it until it looks like that. It kind of looks like a cross with a head on it. Isn't that cool? So now you have a head and some body and some arms. And now you're going to make your feet. Now the feet are going to be very similar to making your arms. So go about, halfway down or so and start to bend up your pipe cleaner until it looks like it has a little tail. And then bend it down again at the middle, so that you have some feet. And you can twist it around it a little bit to make sure that it's secure there. And if you want to make sure your feet are the same length, just kind of bend the other piece up a little bit and twist it around the foot. And there you have your own pipe cleaner person. Now, each of you and your family is going to make your own pipe cleaner person. And then you can take another pipe cleaner like this and string them along. I use the heads because it's easy to loop on here. And you can tie it around there, or you can just kind of leave them on there like so. And then you guys can discuss what you notice about each person. Now remember, we're all the same in God's eyes. See you next time.